Germany, land of beer, bratwurst, and booming economies, a country often celebrated for its efficiency, innovation, and economic prowess. That's the story we often hear, a narrative of success, resilience, and prosperity. The picture of a well-oiled economic machine churning out high-quality cars and machinery. German engineering is synonymous with precision and reliability, a nation that weathered the 2008 financial crisis and emerged even stronger. Its financial institutions and industries showcased remarkable resilience. But is this the whole story? Is Germany truly the economic superstar it's made out to be? Like a David Copperfield magic trick, things aren't always as they seem. Beneath the surface, there are cracks in the facade. Behind the facade of economic success, Germany is grappling with some serious and, frankly, quite dull problems. These problems aren't flashy. They don't make for sensational news. They won't grab headlines like a celebrity scandal or a political gaffe. But they are real, and they are significant. These issues are slowly and steadily eroding the foundations of Germany's economic might. The cracks are widening, and the challenges are mounting. We're talking about issues like a shrinking workforce, over-reliance on exports, and an aging population that threatens to strain social services and pensions. And then there's the monumental task of transitioning to a green economy. Germany has ambitious goals, but the path is fraught with obstacles. These are problems that could derail the German economic engine and leave it sputtering on the side of the Autobahn. The question is, can Germany navigate these challenges and maintain its status as an economic powerhouse? Let's start with the elephant, or rather, the shrinking workforce, in the room. Germany is facing a demographic crisis that could have far-reaching consequences. Germany has a serious case of the greys. The country is experiencing a significant increase in its elderly population. Its population is aging rapidly, and not in the distinguished silver fox kind of way. This aging trend is more about the growing number of people who need assistance with daily activities. Think more along the lines of needs help programming the VCR kind of aging. This demographic shift is creating a society where more people require care and fewer are available to provide it. Germany's birth rate is one of the lowest in the world. This low birth rate means fewer young people are being born to eventually enter the workforce. To put it in perspective, they're having fewer babies than Japan, a country practically famous for its aversion to diapers and sleepless nights. This comparison highlights the severity of Germany's demographic challenge. This means fewer young people entering the workforce to replace those heading into retirement. The gap between the retiring population and the new entrants is widening. The result? A shrinking pool of skilled workers, which puts a strain on businesses and the economy as a whole. Companies are finding it increasingly difficult to fill positions with qualified candidates. Imagine trying to build a car with a dwindling supply of mechanics. It's not pretty. This shortage of skilled labor is affecting productivity and innovation, making it harder for Germany to maintain its economic prowess. Next up, Germany's love affair with exports. They're like the overachieving student in school, always at the top of the class when it comes to selling goods overseas. But here's the thing about being a straight-A exporter. You become reliant on other countries buying your stuff, and that can be a risky strategy. When the global economy takes a hit, so do German exports. It's like building your house on a foundation of sandcastles. One good wave and it all comes crashing down. Germany needs to find a way to diversify its economy and reduce its dependence on exports. Think of it like adding some vegetables to their diet of schnitzel and potatoes. A little variety never hurt anyone. And then there's the energy conundrum. Germany is committed to transitioning to a green, sustainable economy. A noble goal, to be sure, but one that comes with a hefty price tag. We're talking trillions of euros to revamp their energy infrastructure and move away from fossil fuels. It's like trying to swap out the engine of a car while it's still running. Difficult, expensive, and with a high risk of stalling out completely. Germany needs to find a way to balance its environmental goals with its economic realities. It's a tightrope walk, and one wrong step could send them tumbling. Now, here's where things get really interesting, or rather, even more tedious. These problems aren't isolated incidents. They're like a group of drunk uncles at a wedding, all stumbling around and bumping into each other, making a messy situation even worse. The shrinking workforce means fewer people to pay taxes, which makes funding the energy transition even harder. The energy transition itself can be disruptive to businesses, making it harder for them to export goods. And relying so heavily on exports makes Germany vulnerable to global economic shocks, which can then make it harder to address the other problems. It's a vicious cycle, like a game of economic hot potato, but nobody wants to be left holding the spud. Section 6. A glimmer of hope. Potential solutions and innovation. But it's not all doom and gloom. Germany is known for its ingenuity and its ability to adapt. Think of it as their economic superpower, like a tiny hammer hidden up their sleeve. There are potential solutions out there, if they're willing to embrace them. They could encourage immigration to boost the workforce. They could invest in education and retraining programs to prepare workers for the jobs of the future. They could focus on developing new technologies and industries to reduce their reliance on traditional manufacturing. They could even become a leader in renewable energy, exporting their expertise to the rest of the world. Section 7. The clock is ticking. Urgent action needed. But here's the kicker. Germany needs to act fast. These problems aren't going to solve themselves. In fact, they're more likely to get worse if ignored. It's like ignoring a leaky faucet. Eventually, you'll end up with a flooded bathroom and a hefty plumbing bill. Germany needs to implement bold and decisive policies. They need to be willing to make tough choices and invest in their future. The longer they wait, the harder it will be to turn things around. It's time for Germany to channel its inner David Hasselhoff and jump into action. Section 8. The future of Germany. Challenges and opportunities. The future of Germany's economy is uncertain. It's like staring into a crystal ball filled with bratwurst-flavored fog. Will they rise to the challenge and reinvent themselves for the 21st century? Or will they become a cautionary tale of a once great economy brought down by its own success? The answer lies in the choices they make today. Germany has a unique opportunity to chart a new course for itself and for the global economy. But it will require courage, innovation, and a willingness to embrace change. Section 9. The lesson for the world. Germany's warning. Germany's economic struggles should serve as a wake-up call for the rest of the world. The once robust and resilient German economy is now facing significant challenges that are shaking its foundations. No country is immune to the challenges of globalization, demographic shifts, and climate change. These forces are reshaping the economic landscape in ways that are both unpredictable and profound. The German experience teaches us that even the most successful economies are vulnerable. Despite its strong industrial base and innovative prowess, Germany is not exempt from the pressures of a rapidly changing world. It's a reminder that we need to be proactive in addressing these issues. Governments, businesses, and individuals must work together to find solutions that are sustainable and inclusive. We need to invest in our people, our infrastructure, and our future. This means prioritizing education, healthcare, and technological advancements to ensure long-term prosperity. We need to be willing to challenge the status quo and embrace new ideas. Innovation and adaptability are key to navigating the complexities of the modern world. The future of the global economy depends on it. As interconnected as our world has become, the ripple effects of one nation's struggles can be felt far and wide. So, let's raise a glass of German beer or sparkling water for the teetotalers, to the challenges ahead, and to the resilience and ingenuity that will help us overcome them, and to the hope that we can learn from Germany's experience and build a more sustainable and equitable future for all. Prost! Together, we can turn these challenges into opportunities for growth and progress.